I went from working myself to the ground and still living off my overdraft and credit card to paying off all my debt, buying my house and my dream car. What rich people won't tell you is that it's all mental. It's not about working hard, no. Rich people are in Monaco, on a yacht, living their best life. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about going from broke to abundance in 1 year. I've spoken about how Delulu faith and abundance mindset has changed my life, and till this day, I'm still getting follow-up questions. So I wanted to delve deeper, give you all the information so you can change your life, because we're all winning. No one is getting left behind. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Comment down below if you know where that's from. There's a lot of different interpretations about what an abundance mindset actually is. The way that I see it, as a woman, an abundance mindset is directly linked to femininity and soft life. Attracting and not chasing. Saying no to things that don't align with you because you have the confidence that your tap of blessings is overflowing, so you just be. Having an abundance mindset applied in all the areas I used to feel lacking, like relationships, career, mental health, self-worth. It's a lifestyle, honey. Now my cup is fuller. So even though I'm talking about money today, I want to remind you that you can apply abundance mindset in any aspect of your life. The first thing I did to become more abundant was do the one thing that only the 1% are willing to do, because yes, we might want more, the house, the car, the soft life, but 99% of people will never have that because they're not willing to reprogram their mindset. Money, like all things, is associated with your belief system. They say that your relationship with money starts when you're 7 years old. So I had to dig deep into my subconscious, my childhood, and relive certain traumas that shaped my beliefs about money. I grew up being told if you don't work hard, you will never have anything in life, which perpetuated my immigrant hustle mentality. And I'm sure most of you have heard this, there's rice at home, which signified to me that we couldn't enjoy certain luxuries like eating out because there wasn't a lot of money at home. As children, we're smarter than we realize. You start to connect the dots, which creates a narrative and a story which shapes your belief system. And I remember hearing certain conversations about money which were never pleasant. There was always an association of stress when it came to money, which gave money a negative connotation for me and also made me not ask for anything. I didn't want to seem like a burden because I knew that there wasn't a lot of money around. So fast forward to my adulthood. I'm now in my early 30s. I've hit rock bottom. I'm in debt. I'm broke. I haven't got a job. I have got no money. And I'm reflecting on how I've got here. I've realized that the beliefs that I had led to a lot of decisions that I made, to things that I did or didn't do, which then led me into the financial situation that I found myself in. So I had to break down, demyth, and reprogram every negative belief that I had about money. It was a lot. Starting with the first one, you have to work hard in order for you to make money. And don't get me wrong, there's an element of hard work when it comes to making money, but it's not a direct correlation. I realized that as an immigrant, I had hustle mentality, being in survival mode, constant pressure to be successful, no boundaries when it came to rest, hobbies, or maintaining relationships. But if you to ask rich people what made them rich and successful, you hear them say things like my mindset, being in the right room with the right people, the books I read, people they surrounded themselves with, the habits and routines that they adopted. What you won't hear them say, however, is hard work. Even if you read books about money like The Psychology of Money or Think and Grow Rich, nowhere in there does it talk about working hard. I'm not saying that rich and wealthy people do not work hard or have never worked hard before for them to get to where they are, but some of the most hardworking people are people who struggle the most, people who work in healthcare, hospitality, people who work overtime, 70 to 90 hours a week, but they're still struggling to make ends meet. They're still struggling to put a roof over their head, to put food on the table. My other belief was that there wasn't a lot of money, so I had to compete to get the promotion so I can get a higher salary, because I was under the impression there was only a few ways of making good money. I'm not sure if you can relate, but coming from an immigrant family, non-conventional and creative roles were frowned upon, like sports, hairdressing, plumbing, fashion. They weren't seen as being reliable, stable sources of income. But these are some of the most high-earning jobs. Do you know how much footballers get paid a week? Do you know how much singers make, actors make, influencers make? And aside from that, plumbers, electricians. I know the saying is my people perish because of lack of knowledge, but this belief shows you that my people will perish because of fear. My other belief was that people like me can't be rich. There wasn't a lot of representation of rich people who look like me or who were working class when I was growing up. I was the first person to graduate in my family. I was the first person to have a professional job in my family, mainly because it was pushed, it was heavily encouraged, it was seen as the pinnacle of success. I didn't grow up with a lot of rich people around me, so I put myself in a box in terms of how much money I could make and the kind of success I could have in life. But clearly these beliefs and this mindset was keeping me stuck and keeping me in a vicious cycle of survival of the fittest. I decided enough is enough. At this point I really had nothing to lose because I literally was at rock bottom, but I decided to flip my belief system and rewrite my narrative when it came to money. So instead of having the belief that I have to work hard for my money, I started affirming that money flows to me easily, I am abundant, I am deserving and worthy to make money, and money chooses me easily. But, big but, the trick to reprogramming your mindset is repetition. Constantly saying these affirmations until they're part of your subconscious, until you actually start believing them. It's not your click your fingers magic transformation. It's like when you start your weight loss journey and you start dieting and going to the gym, you're not going to see any results in a day or two. You have to keep on dieting, you have to keep on working out for you to see the result. You're healing your relationship with money, and healing, as you know, is a journey, so it might take more than affirmations. For me, my relationship with money was also deep rooted in my self-worth. I've been very transparent on my channel about going to therapy and saying that there was a point where every part of my life was in shambles, from money, relationships, career, mental health, self-worth. But once I started my healing journey, going to therapy, working on my abundance mindset, my relationship, my finances, my well-being, my mental health, my self-worth started to be more abundant. It took patience, consistency, and delulu faith. It's not a coincidence that my journey to having an abundance mindset started when I became a mom. The reason for me wanting to make money was more than just wanting to get the next designer handbag or flexing on the gram. It was about creating generational wealth for my daughter. It was about having the freedom to be a present mom, being able to retire my dad, and being able to look after my family. Not just helping my family, but also touching a lot of people's lives. And that's why I'm so transparent about everything that I've been through, hitting rock bottom in my 30s, being broke, being in debt, not having any money, being a single mom. I want to show people that it's never too late to change your life, to reinvent yourself, to go from being broke to abundant. But I didn't just reprogram my mindset and have an abundance mindset and everything just started working out for me. No, that's not how it works. And I get so frustrated when I see other people talking about abundance mindset and they just talk about reprogramming your mindset. No, this is where you now separate yourself with the 99% of people who are working hard with nothing to show for it. It's not that you shouldn't be taking action, but it needs to be aligned with where you want to go, with the rich version of you. So I thought to myself, what would the rich version of myself do? Small things like indulging myself in small luxuries and not depriving myself because of the fear of going without. And this went hand in hand with the affirmation that I was worthy and deserving of getting money. The purpose of doing what the rich version of yourself would do is to align yourself with your rich version's feelings, because feelings are so powerful. So when I take myself out on a solo date, dress up and go to an upscale restaurant, even to have a cocktail, how am I feeling in that moment? I'm feeling good about myself, I'm feeling luxurious, I'm feeling worthy, I'm feeling like I belong. And these feelings are so powerful because they create quantum leaps where you start to see your circumstances changing really quickly. Another thing that helped me go from from broke to abundance, which is so underrated, is gratitude. There's a verse that goes, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything with thanksgiving in your heart, make your request known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. It is so easy, especially when you're going through a difficult time, to focus on everything that's going wrong, to focus on the difficulty, which creates and perpetuates a negative cycle in your mind. So even though at the time I was going through it, I was literally at rock bottom, I was broke, I didn't have a penny, I had no savings, I didn't have any money, I didn't even know where to start, but I gave thanks for the things that I did have. I had to be very intentional about being thankful. Even though I didn't feel good about my current situation, I was grateful that I had a roof over my head. I was grateful for my family. I was grateful for my baby, because she had literally saved my life. After my mom passed away, she literally came and was like an angel who saved my life. I was grateful that even though I was struggling financially, I was still able to put food on the table. I was still able to look after my daughter. And that feeling of gratitude is so powerful, because what you focus on grows. So if you focus on the good things, if you focus on positive things, there's going to be more positive things in your life. I saw that being content and essentially having a glass half full mentality can change your situation very quickly. Even now, I had a really difficult week a couple weeks ago, and I had to be intentional about my gratitude and think about 3 things that I was grateful for. Sometimes you could be really going through it that it's hard to have a whole list of things that you're grateful for. So just writing down 3 things that you're grateful for will instantly shift your mood and will also change your situation, because what you focus on grows. The other thing that helped me go from broke to abundance is trusting in God's timing. Sometimes you could be doing all the things, you have the right mindset, you've done your affirmations, you've taken the aligned action, but you're not seeing any change or movement in your life. And I had to be patient. I had to understand that it just wasn't my time yet for whatever reason. Maybe I wasn't ready to receive the blessing, or maybe it just wasn't time. And by trying to force it and trying to make it happen, I found that I was only making myself more stressed and more anxious. But just giving myself the permission to just to be still, and to trust that I have done everything that I can do on my end, and to now leave it to God, to now trust that God is going to follow through and he's going to bless me when the time is right. And that's why I said abundance mindset for women is directly linked with femininity, because masculinity is about doing, whereas femininity is about just being. When you're just still and you allow yourself to be, you find that you attract things more, things happen for you more than if you just force yourself to be on this hamster wheel of constantly doing, working yourself to the ground and not seeing any results, still being stuck, not seeing any real change. I hope this has helped. No one's getting left behind. We're all winning. It's never too late to change your life. It's never too late to go from broke to abundant. Like this video if you want to see more videos about abundance and abundance mindset. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you're notified every single time that I upload a video, and I will see you in my upcoming video. Mwah. Bye lovelies.